Everybody, how y'all doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're gonna be checking out some hood horrors. We're getting some Nature Boy in. Gotta get it in. So I want people to be aware of these cults and how dangerous they are. And Nature Boy was a cult leader, flat out, plain and simple. So as you guys come in, hit that like button for me. I appreciate you all for tuning in. It's gonna be real laid back. I'm gonna give some commentary throughout, but we're gonna check out 2 episodes. And this series is such a good series. Shout out to Hood Horrors. Hood Horrors does a fantastic job. He's doing a new series on Polite, another cult leader. And he did this series on the rise and fall of Nature Boy. So we're on episodes 21 and 22. And there's something else, y'all. It's going to get a little deep. a little deep and a little disturbing as we go along through the series. It's going to be a lot of stuff that comes up that, because eventually he goes to jail and he's still there. He's got life in prison plus 10 years. So it's going to get real deep. It is going to get really deep. So you guys have to, just, this is real life. I don't want to censor anything, but is this part of reality of what happened in this cult? People that were hurt and harmed and damaged, so they're going to talk about some things that are going to be very touchy, very sensitive, but he put people through this. So shout out to Mr. Dependent. How you doing? Shout out to you. How you doing? Happy Sunday. My last live went over a little longer than I anticipated, but we got a lot covered there. So you guys make sure you check out the live stream of the town hall conversation with Erica Kirk from CBS News. Overall, I think it went well. She was very poised. She gave her responses. She shed some tears. She cried, you know, and she said what she had to say. People don't always have to agree with everything she says, but at least she went out and she was herself and she said and did what she needed to do. And so my heart goes out to anyone that's getting death threats and they got 2 small kids. It's crazy. And kidnapping threats. I mean, it's some evil stuff that's happening. And it's just like, why are people doing that to these babies? But it's happening. And so hopefully, she's got a protection order in place. So all we can do is pray that she's protected, just like anybody else that's out here being abused, getting death threats, kidnapping threats, being attacked. They're subjected to all this scrutiny from crazy, sadistic people, who think they have the right to take somebody's life. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. All because people can't agree to, anything. And it's like, if you don't agree, don't agree. But it's not worth taking somebody's life over it. It's just not. So here's another cult leader that brought harm upon, someone else's life. And he's paying the price, spending the rest of his life in jail where he belongs, plus 10 years. Thank goodness. So I want to get started on this. Make sure you guys come in and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Nature Boy Carbonation. The real cult. Real cult. What's going on, Manny? How you doing? You good? Thank you so much for the link to Hood Horrors YouTube channel. There you go. Make sure you guys check out Hood Horrors. He has a whole playlist for Nature Boy and Carbonation. And then he started a new playlist for his new series on Polite, who came from a horrible cult. I mean, Polite is sitting here calling a man daddy and all this stuff that say, hundreds of kids, some of which he got pregnant. Like, oh man. And it was the start of the Moore something. I mean, just a whole code. Amazing how these people think. Saying I am not bound by U.S. law somehow works in court, and it doesn't. but then want to say what they have the right to based on U.S. laws. You can't make this up. It's like either you are bound by our constitutional laws here in the U.S. or you're not. Pick one. But they hypocritically bend and manipulate laws in court over traffic tickets and stuff. I mean, over simple things. That's pretty much the extent of my experience with Morse, is seeing and hearing these court hearings where they go into court talking about, I'm a soft citizen, I am a man in the flesh or a woman in the flesh. I am not the letters in all caps on this document. None of that means anything to the judge. And judges are starting to crack down on that too. Judges starting to hold them in contempt, sanction them, send them back to the cell. They don't want to participate in this hearing. Like, judges not trying to hear that. That's not how the court of law works. And they're not going to force that nonsense on our judicial system. So they found it out the hard way. Many of them found out the hard way. One judge told these soft sits, if you don't think that I have jurisdiction over you, walk out this courtroom and see what happens. We're talking about a criminal matter. They said, walk out the courtroom, see what happens. You don't believe I have jurisdiction. You're not bound by our U.S. laws. Walk out of this courtroom, see what happens. Let's go. I know, right? See what happens. Leave this courtroom. Let's see what happens. They didn't even want to leave. The judge was like, why are you scared to leave? You just told me you are not bound by any laws. I have no jurisdiction over you or this case. Okay. So why are you here in court? You're not going to come to court if you don't think I have jurisdiction over you, right? Then go ahead and leave the courtroom and see what happens. And the dudes, they just standing there looking crazy because they didn't expect that. That's what all these judges need to start saying to these soft sits in Moorish America, these Moorish people. Oh, I don't have jurisdiction over you? Leave the courtroom and see what happens. And they're scared to do it because they know they're going to go to jail. It'll be a bench warrant for you. We'll have you capious. But this is what happens when they don't know laws. Because, you go to court and try to put on that tough persona if you want to. That's how you go to jail. That's the quickest way to jail. So, we're going to get this started, y'all. So, as people come in, hit the like button for me. We're going to get started with episode 21 of The Rise and Fall of Nature Boy. Put a 1 in the chat where you can see and hear. Let's get to it.
Nature Boy and Carbonation.
Up to this point in Nature Boy's journey, the year 2019 had been the most challenging. From having to leave Palenque to going to jail in Nicaragua to Velvet finally leaving, that time period was definitely one of the worst. But even though he had gone through a barrage of unfortunate situations, nothing compared to the day in late October when Velvet went live with Olmec.
I wanted to be with Olmec, and I'm currently with him.
She playing around with her life right now. I ain't even did nothing wrong. What did I do wrong to Eligio? Don't worry, I'll wait. Why would I ever become a monogamous for what? I'm cheating. I'm probably the smartest man on this fucking planet. Why wouldn't you as my woman want to reproduce me as much as possible? With my mind, you should want to not only give me your babies, but as many women as you can find for me to reproduce me as my agenda. As the man I have an agenda. You should never want to block me. You want to inhibit me.
Thank you, Miss Independent, for that information, by the way. That's what I'm highlighting here. It had to start out of a scam because that's exactly what they try to do. These officers try to go to court and scam the court system and scam the judges from having to be held accountable and to pay fines for tickets. We're talking about traffic citations. That's what they do it the most. And they try to get out of it. And they think they get to do what they want to do when they leave the courtroom. No. So, yeah, that would make sense for it to start from a scam. So, y'all see the historical context here. It validates the fact that soft sits and this nonsense they believe in is scamish by nature. You can't make this up.
From reproducing myself. Why? She just couldn't handle that lifestyle. She playing with old man. She playing around with her life. She getting a whole bunch of experiences so she can develop herself into a woman. And Olmec a dickhead, that's what he's designed to do. You think you're gonna move like that and shit gonna go well for you? Absolutely not. Olmec is a little boy. It's a difference. You can't compare this to me. holding my daughter like everybody don't know that's Chief. That's Chief, little girl. He's violating. And that's supposed to, you put that out to the universe, that's supposed to come back right. If I was in my lower self, he's dead. There would be no Omac.
Velvet going live with Omac hit Nature Boy like a ton of bricks. But to see him holding his daughter made his blood boil. Over the next few days, Nature Boy would go on several tirades, blasting Eliana and Omac. The rants lasted hours, and the group was expected to sit through all of it.
Why would I miss her if she would do some shit like this to me? That means that I don't love myself to miss somebody. That what I look like. Omac, you see these beautiful women around me? Do you see these beautiful women around me? We chilling. You see, every day we living our life like it ain't nothing. All of y'all bitches is like my baby moms to my daughter, because y'all watched her be born with me. All of y'all like my wives, and y'all all watched virtually. I dare you think that it's okay that Omac put his greasy little feminine ass hands, not saying nothing against gay people, but I'm just saying, your little greasy ass feminine ass hands all on my daughter. Y'all should.
Let's not forget that Nature Boy was bisexual. He even did, LGBTQ based porn, like, content rather. He was bisexual. He had relations with men. So I don't get his whole gripe here. What is he really mad about? I don't know. Because she left the cult and wanted to be with someone else while he's walking around saying he's got 2 and 3 wives. This is what it means to see this possessive, controlling nature here. That's what this is. These cult leaders can't handle rejection. They believe that people belong to them, that people are supposed to be under their control, under their will. He is gaslighting and manipulating like crazy. One person leaves your cult, and this is the breakdown he has. While he goes around talks about, I have 2, 3 other wives, so I don't care. Okay, well, why are you doing a whole live stream about it? That's how hypocritical this is.
Y'all should have been telling her to off in that room. Like, bitch, if you don't tell us to get Eliana out of his hands, we gonna fuck you up. I'm holding y'all responsible for if you're gonna go over there and watch that shit to at least come back and be like, nah, Chief, no. That shit was foul, my nigga. Velvet is wrong. Omac dumb as point blank.
I think he tried to, Francisca. I'm glad you asked that, because I think in one of the later episodes he does, when he moves to Georgia, he does have somebody come up in there that was a trans woman and was trying to consider that, the trans woman being his wife. So, and he had no quarrels with saying that he enjoyed having relations with a trans woman and enjoyed it better than, actual having relations with women. So that's what he said in that episode. It's gonna come up. I don't know what episode they moved to Georgia, but it's not too far after they moved to Georgia where he tried to incorporate a transgender woman, and he was perplexed as to why the other women were mad. But he wants to sit here and attack this dude. Like, why? They've left the cult and they're not bothering you.
Velvet told me I would never see my daughter another day in my life, and my daughter don't need me. That's what she told me. I said, bitch, I ain't even doing nothing to you. It's because I don't want to be monogamous with you. It's because that's all this is about. Because I won't be with you and you only. She has a good man in her life. Okay, Omac could be her stepfather, but does she not deserve the right to know who a biological father is? You're just going to take my daughter and you're going to take the opportunity for me to build a relationship with my daughter? Here's the thing. Velvet loved me more than she loved herself. Because she don't love herself very much. That's why she was unable to hold this frequency. All I gave her was truth. So all I gave her was the truth. I ain't do nothing to her. My daughter is an angel. The legacy. Her genes lit. Her knowledge, she got me like activated in her. You feel me? Like you playing with a god. You feel what I'm saying? That's God's child. You feel me? So it's war. Listen, y'all don't know the ins and outs of her and Omac. Before me, she had to use KY jelly to get up wet. Straight up. Omac never couldn't even get up wet. I had to literally activate her vagina, like really. Omac is your friend. His name is Julie, but you want. What are you talking about? This This is your gay friend. She used to tell me that this was gay. She used to tell me, she would come to me like, yo, Omac is gay. Like, she used to tell me this herself. Omac's not strong enough. Like, he's not.
Why is he bringing this
feminine.
up?
It's okay to be feminine as a man, but that's not nothing. I don't want to see her with it. I want to see her with it.
Why are you dogging this guy out? This guy it's not stun him. Look how he's sitting here just dogging out this guy because he wants to make it seem like, you know, the one non-white, because none of these women are married to him legally. None of them are married. But the one that had his kid, he tries to make it seem like he cares so much. But he came into the cult. He started the cult with 2 kids already. You hear him talking about his sons like this? He has 2 older sons by 2 different women. And he got another girl pregnant in the beginning of the cult. And he kicked out the house because she wanted to eat a waffle while he sat in jail over some nonsense he did that put him in jail. It was his fault why he was in jail. But the girl he got pregnant in the beginning of the cult, he kicked her out over a waffle. Have they even confirmed if that lady had a baby or not? And where's that child at? That means he would have at least 4 kids that we all know of. He has his daughter and he's got his 2 older sons that he still doesn't talk about like that. This is someone that wants to pretend like he's a good father and a good person when he's not. He can't even show that he's providing for those kids. He's not sending child support or anything. But yet he's yammering on because he wants to gaslight people emotionally to believe, oh, she's taking me for my child. No, she's not. You don't care about your other 2 kids. You don't care about this one. All of this because she left the cult. All of this.
She a gangster.
Yeah, God.
That when I see him, me and him, we salute each other like, you with my daughter, I know she's safe. You feel me? I don't want my daughter with no old man.
It was obvious that the purpose of Nature Boy's rants were a ploy to get under Eliana and Omac's skin, but his tactic didn't seem to work. Eliana would continue to go live, but she never responded to his comments.
Everybody who has put in a request for some jewelry,
none of them married.
be a little bit patient. I am traveling right now. Actually, I'm traveling right now. I've been very busy because of the reuniting between me and Omac, and it has taken a lot of my attention and a lot of my energy, and just feeling everything out and absorbing everything and getting everything back calibrated. You know what I'm saying? So that has been what I've been doing lately. I know that a lot of people have questions and stuff like that, and I'm actually taking this time to create a lot of jewelry at one time so that I don't, have to sit there and just, create, just so that you guys could, have options and everything like that.
Her and Omac's interest in handmade jewelry and art was one of the main things that attracted them to each other.
I'm getting a lot of questions like, are we going to go live to talk about how we got back together and how we feel with each other and everything? And I think that will happen, but in divine timing, I am feeling different. I can feel different things now. Versus when I first got with Omac, I was kind of green, you should say. I didn't really know shit from sugar. I didn't have experience when it came to the details of, setting boundaries and standards. But now that I have had a very humbling experience from being in carbonation, having that humbling experience did make me realize a lot about myself and how it was needed for me to go through that in order to see the things that I see now, in order to treat Omac the way that I treat him now, in order to see his values and his talents. Omac is a very good man, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind raising my daughter with Omac because he's going to make sure that she has standards and values that she has in her life as a woman, because Omac didn't come from a background of women that just let their sons do whatever they want.
By this time, Velvet had been gone from carbonation for about 3 months. She'd been staying with relatives and still hadn't reached out to her father. Finally, she decided to reach out and went to stay with him for the weekend.
When I talked to Velvet, it was 3 months in, Velvet had been home, and she called me. She said, Dad, this Val. What's up, Val? What's going on? Me and my daughter talked to each other like it was just a day.
This would be the first time Pops met Olmec. When Velvet posted the pictures on IG, Nature Boy immediately responded.
You doing too much on the gram. Like, you doing it for the gram. Stop. You're doing it for the gram. Cut it out. Shit's funny.
He's trying to dictate.
Ain't no real person believing what you doing right now. But acting like you cool with your pops now. What? You literally got big ass rocker boots on. Like, what the fuck kind of boots you got on? What kind of boots is you wearing? Like, we wasn't teaching about grounding.
Why is he speaking about that? Like, why does he care about her going to see her own father? This is what's so disgusting about this. These cult leaders, man, they want control so bad. It's not even funny. Now she can't see her own father. This is why Nature Boy is in jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years. Because of his whole willingness to sit here and to go out of his way to get control by any means necessary. Control over people's lives, control over women. But he acts like he hates women the moment they're not stunning him. It's disgusting. He's like Umar. Except Nature Boy at least went out of the U.S. to start a cult. Umar refuses to leave the U.S. and go stay wherever and keep his cult members at bay over there. That's the major difference. Nature Boy was at least willing to leave the country and start his own cult. Whereas Umar wants cult members all over the world and just getting on everybody's nerve on YouTube. You can't make this up.
During the same time as Nature Boy was dealing with the Eliana situation, he was also dealing with another situation.
He's so mad and saucy.
He recently learned that when Bambi had left home to join him in Panama, she had left her 4 kids, ranging in ages from 2 to 17 years old, with 2 different family members. The family members were under the impression she was coming back to pick them up in a few hours.
What I did was the right thing. Me being here, I'm supposed to be here. How I did it was not the best way. So how I did it could have been done differently, but what I did was the correct thing to do. Because I know how I value our family members is, I felt in that moment that's how I had to handle the situation. So I had just left.
Her 2 oldest, 15-year-old Josh and her 17-year-old daughter named Atira, who was mentally handicapped, were left with Bambi's brother Daniel.
What?
The 2 youngest were left with their grandmother on their father's side. During a meeting with Nature Boy in the group, Bambi would admit that she didn't know where her kids were at the moment.
What? Your kids there. Was with the other grandmother, and then the 2 teenagers.
She don't even care where her kids are. This is how. Oh my God, the brainwashing and the brain rot. Yo, this is what cult life is like. This woman left her 4 kids behind. One who has special needs and needs more care. Were left behind with relatives, creating a burden on these relatives while she goes out and doesn't even get a job and tries to send child support or anything. Mama's got to help financial care for the kids too. She just abandoned her kids. They should have her collected and gone to jail.
With the uncle, now I don't know where they are.
I don't even know where they are.
I didn't even know that.
She will learn her brother Daniel had all 4 of her kids when he called in during a live stream.
Wow. They coming back. They're going to be staying with me, so I'm going to put them in school and stuff.
Look, Atira about to be 17 and she still talk like a 10-year-old. We got to get her some help, like GED or something. Atira, she's going to be behind. Then we're going to be dead. Who going to look out for them when we dead, though?
Oh, my God. This man is sitting here having to tell her child needs more help. And she can't even say how she's going to financially support these kids. So she put 4 kids on her brother. And didn't care about all of the responsibilities that come with it. I don't want to say be a burden because I'm sure he would rather have the kids than for them to just be thrown out to foster care. One of them needs help. And she doesn't care. She's sitting here in a cult, living her best life. But he won't have her ass collected and go picked up for child abandonment and neglect. She should be in jail.
She can't even help. She don't even know how to scrape her own plate or nothing, bro. She's handicapped. We got to help.
She should be in jail.
When we was living in Michigan, she washed dishes sometimes. Atira's very intelligent. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's really similar to me.
Can Mom Duke get some paper then so we can have control over that? So that's all we just need. We ain't trying to block you or nothing. We just trying to get what's right for them. And Josh want to go to school. He want to build games and stuff like that. So he's gonna have to go to school. He got technology.
Like I said before, I'm against that system. Like completely against that system, and I'm not going to be.
That's not how it works.
I'm not going to.
This is not how it works. We don't care if you like the system or not. Y'all hear how these cult members talk? The brain rot is real. This is the stupidity of these cult members. Whether you care for this Babylonian system or not is irrelevant. It's the fact that it is how it works still in Babylon. Okay? This man is saying, sign some papers over so that they basically can become the legal guardians and get legal custody of the kids. If you're going to abandon them, then sign them over to whomever they're with so that they can enroll them in school, because all of that needs to be done legally in order for them to do that. Otherwise, you know what they should have done is said, well, Your Honor, we don't know where the mother is, and she abandoned her 4 kids, one of them having special needs. Okay, well, where is she? We're going to probably have to get a warrant and go get her. That's what they should have let happen. Don't shield and protect people doing this, whether it's the mother or the father. Have their asses collected so they can go to jail. You don't want to sign over your rights? We don't care if you believe in it or not. We need legal documentation to do these things for your kids you just left us with. This is insane.
To do that.
Chief, can you talk to her?
I can make this up.
Okay, that's fine.
Can we get a note? That's all. And you,
I don't tell people what to do, man. I put my knowledge out there. People that come, they come. I don't control people when they get here.
You can't make this up.
Although the majority of backlash was directed at Bambi, a significant amount of people were still pointing the blame at Nature Boy.
Hey, Saint, how you doing? Bambi is an idiot. She should be in jail. Hey, Saint, hope all is well. Shout out to all of you all. Francisca said it best. They should have made her pay child support. This girl is not working where she is. She can't financially support them. And now she don't even want to sign over legal custody so that they can enroll these kids in school. You can't.
He quickly got on the defense to explain his stance about the situation.
I'm not going to say I agree with how she did that. Like, I did not know the details of that. Like, I'm not going to say that that's how I would do it. I would, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to make sure that my kids are straight.
I'm not telling people to leave their kids. I said leave your kids if they're attachments. If they're bad attachments and they're going to keep you in Babylon, you better leave that kid, because Babylon is hell.
Why?
Now you must do the righteous thing at all times. You ain't going to leave no kid that's supposed to come with you. If that kid is not binded by the system, then therefore that kid doesn't have that karma. So then you must take that kid with you. You cannot leave that kid there.
The following.
Y'all heard him say if they're hindering you. This is the thing. He's selling these people to leave their kids if they're attachments. And all kids are attachments. What the hell is he? This is how stupid he is. The stupidity of the cult. This is it right here. This is how stupid it is. All kids are your attachments. They're your responsibilities. Unless you are a sorry excuse of a human being and a parent, especially in this situation, a mother, you gave birth to these kids. Of course, they're attachments. But he was like this from day one of the cult. He doesn't take care of his other 2 kids he's got out there. So he technically, by this point, had 3 kids by 3 different women. He had 2 boys and a girl. He wasn't taking care of any of them. But he got mad when Eliana took her daughter around her own father. Nature Boy wanted to get upset about that. Now he's sitting here saying, leave your kids behind if they're attachments. They're all attachments. Just because you're a deadbeat dad doesn't mean that you should be encouraging that behavior. But that's what he did. Because cult.
I'm not telling people to leave their kids. I said leave your kids if they're attachments. If they're
same thing.
Bad attachments and they're going to keep you in Babylon, you better leave that kid, because Babylon is hell. Now you must do the righteous thing at all times. You ain't going to go leave no kid that's supposed to come with you. If that kid is not binded by the system, then therefore that kid doesn't have that karma. So then you must take that kid with you. You cannot leave that kid there.
The following morning, Nature Boy would have a private discussion with some of the members after he received information from one of Bambi's relatives that Bambi's brother was violent and had a bad temper. They also sent pictures of Bambi's 4-year-old daughter and pointed out holes in the door behind her. They said the holes were caused by one of her brother's violent outbursts.
Somebody just sent me a picture of her daughter, and there's a hole in the background and some kind of shit type shit. and I'm not really feeling the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I think she need to go handle her business and come check us. You gotta go handle your business. She gotta go handle her business. I did not know they wasn't in a safe environment. I'm not cool with knowing that you left your kids in a situation where they not safe.
Is your daughter?
That's Rebecca. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what about him?
Because I see them holes in the door and I see the background.
Holes in the door? Yeah, that's his place. Yeah. When you get mad, you punch holes in.
When he get mad, he
can't
punch
make
holes
this
in the
up.
wall. So why would you leave your children around that?
He doesn't.
She's stupid.
In front of the children.
All right, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you go back and handle your business with your children.
The hypocrite, the hypocrisy for me. Nature Boy left 2 boys behind to start a dumb cult for dumb people to come in with STDs. And then they give it to each other, and then they want to pretend like STDs aren't real. He wasn't even taking care of his kids. That sound familiar? Umar? You Oompa Loompa? Funny how they always want to give somebody advice about parenting and all this other nonsense when they're jacked up. You can't make this up.
Get that shit all together and come back. That's what we're gonna do about that, point blank period. When I see these pictures, this is unacceptable. They never leave kids in danger. Because if he get an attitude one day, he's violent.
We didn't know
and he
this.
go off and hurt one of your daughter or your kids, it's your fault.
Boy, you gotta make this
up that you did the right way. You know what I'm saying?
God.
I didn't even know like shoot, they were in danger, like they're not in a safe environment. You know, I don't with my haters, but they got a point. And what you said bothers me. It bothers me. It bothers me. It's on my heart. It's bothering me. I don't like the idea of them kids not being safe.
The next day, Bambi's brother called her and told her he wasn't going to give her the kids. His main fear was that she was going to bring them to Panama, and he didn't want them around Nature Boy.
The Babylon brother just called her and he just had a deep-ass conversation about the kids and all this shit. Saying that she can't get the kids or whatever. I don't know what's going on, man. He said she can come get them, but if the police show up, he gonna die and all this stuff. And he didn't like the fact that we had his apartment online yesterday. He was upset.
Due to the fact there was a conflict between her and her brother, Nature Boy told Bambi she could stay for another week or so. But after that, she would have to go home and straighten things out.
My sister, the person that was always in the house, she's very vulnerable. She's very sweet. She's so innocent. So when a motherfucker like Nature Boy, who's conniving, cunning, and finessing, and he loves to manipulate people, all those little innocent, divine feminine energy sisters that went there, he's gonna laugh.
In a previous conversation with Bambi, Daniel has suggested he set up a meeting with a Baba. Being that he was a follower of the Yoruba tradition, he believed that an elder in the religion, also known as a Baba, may be able to help Bambi get out of whatever grip Nature Boy had on her. But Bambi declined his offer. A few days after that conversation, Nature Boy would change the names of a few of his members.
I think your name should be something that people call you that represents the chapter in your life. So basically, your name should constantly be changing throughout life depending on who you have evolved to be.
He would change Ephru's name to Pluto, Musa would become Nubian, and Ra would become Zion. Nature Boy would change his name as well, but the choice of his new name struck Daniel as odd, and much more than a mere coincidence.
When I first reached out to my sister, I say, sis, I said, I want to take you to go see Baba. Man, she looked at me like I was talking some real hocus pocus stuff. Next thing you know, Nature Boy changed his name to Baba G. And that shit fucked me up.
The way that Baba G's disciples look at me is just like,
what?
This is my higher self. He knows all the answers. He knows where I want to be, and he knows how to be.
As all of this was going on within Carbonation, Velvet was focused on selling her art and jewelry online to her followers. She set a goal to one day making it a full-time business.
I want to do my paintings and make my beads and make my jewelry. I want to be able to make a business from it. Beyond Frequency. That's going to be the name of my business. Beyond Frequency.
With the help of Omek, they were able to secure a spot at a pop-up shop event. This will be Velvet's first time selling her products in person.
Me and Omek first pop-up shop, and we are super excited about it. And we have, had some sales and everything like that. So let me show y'all what we got. Show y'all my table. So first we got the painting here. That's just for display to show people, this is what we do and everything like that. This was actually a painting that I did earlier. I did it here actually. This is the other painting.
Why does she remind me of Nia Long with that haircut? And she was a pretty girl. I don't understand why she just, the confidence and self-esteem was just gone for her to have been in that cult for so long, dealing with what she dealt with. That boy threw her across the room when she was pregnant. That's how abusive Nature Boy was. He physically picked up his baby's mother and threw her across the room. when she was pregnant with the same little girl that he's sitting here whining and crying about, but won't send child support to help take care of her. You can't make this up. He had the baby upside down by her leg while he was trying to fight this girl with a fist. He had a baby with her, and she left out the house during an argument. He grabs the baby, and the other cult member was talking about how he had the baby upside down holding her by the leg, to which he admitted to, while he's trying to land a punch on her. And he's concerned about this baby. You can't make this stuff up.
Super excited about it, and we have, had some sales and everything like that. So let me show y'all what we got. Show y'all my table. So first we got the paint in here. That's just for display to show people, this is what we do and everything like that. This was actually a painting that I did earlier.
Hey, yes, Pop.
I did it here actually. This is the other painting that I did a while back.
Yep.
And this one also a while back. I also did. And that one. And then we have our table here, and we have our sets out. And if people want, me to cinch their bracelets and stuff like that, I do that as well. I have all my bracelets here, necklaces here. We have more single stone necklace. If you want a single stone wrap necklace, please, or crystal, please hit Omek up. He can tell you everything about that. This is Omek's, side. This was my side. So yeah, this is our table, and we're pretty excited.
From the outside looking in, Velvet and Omek's second chance at a relationship seemed to be off to a good start. Velvet made sure to let everyone know how much she appreciated him every chance she got.
Going through my situation and been through everything that I've been through and feeling everything that I feel behind closed doors that nobody don't know about, you know what I'm saying? My level up, my glow up, so to speak. Meg has been there like 100%. 100%. Yeah. Literally. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing. Baby. It's a blessing. Because just look at everything that transpired. Like, look at everything that transpired, and this man did not care about. He didn't hold none of it against me. If anything, you can learn forgiveness from Omek. Like, for real. And I just want to say shout out to him for holding me down. Holding me down through it all. Through thick and thin. And that's thick and thin. And I respect you. I respect you for that. I really do. He's driving. I do respect him because he's a man of little words. But have done so much.
Okay, I'll do this one because I like challenges. Okay, after watching how he treats women, how do you feel? Okay, going there. Okay, has he beaten a woman? Because if someone beats me, I don't want to speak it, but trust me, you're not gonna want to beat me. So he hasn't beaten anyone, right? No. Yes, he beats a woman. He beat a woman who he beat. I swear,
This shit for real. He was literally in video having a fight with the baby's mother. She gotta be kidding. They literally he's in video having a physical fight with this girl. This is what cult members do. They pick and choose whatever narrative so that they can spare themselves from embarrassment, as opposed to just be upfront and honest and direct.
Does not. So y'all just making stuff up. People can send me things about Chief, send me all kinds of things. It doesn't mess me up. I'm still deeply rooted in it. I'm still trying to profess the kingdom of God because I know it's true. I can't tell people how I feel exactly because it's so deep. My emotions are so deeply rooted in this that no matter what nobody says, it will always bring me back.
Over the past few months, Zoka had been conflicted on whether or not she was ready to head to Panama to join Carbonation. She was supposed to leave in the beginning of October, but when her parents learned of her plan in mid-September, they got concerned about her mental health and sent her to a psychiatrist.
Yes, like an intervention. I felt like Amy Whitehouse. They told me gonna go to rehab, but I said, Basically, they're we're taking you to see a doctor to talk about everything, and I'm like, And I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like, I didn't feel like, I know I'm not crazy. Just because to you guys seem as if I'm crazy because what I'm doing, but in my spirit, in my heart, it feels true. It feels real.
Oh
it
my
feels
God.
right, and I know it is. From all that, me talking about it, her putting her opinions into it, my mom putting her opinions into it, everyone putting their opinions, it just made me doubt. And once I knew I doubted myself in this mission, I was like, I can't go because I will be there doubting.
Before Zoka started following Carbonation, which was about a year and a half prior, she was a student at Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida. She graduated from Orange Lutheran High School in 2015, where she excelled in girls softball. She was an avid singer and had high hopes and dreams for her future. It's unclear exactly how she came across Carbonation, but one of the...
These kids are coming here with talent. They had a rapper there. You know, I mean, this is not the first person I've heard that, you know, that actually sung a little bit in a video and could actually sing. People are coming here with real talent. Y'all see with the baby's mother, she's able to draw. I mean, just artistic creation, just overload. And yet they go to this cult and none of them know how to get a job and make money. They don't put any of those, you know, skills and their talents to good use. She could literally make videos singing. Eliana could have been doing videos, you know, selling art while she was there in this cult. But this is one of the things that he does. He takes their personality away. Cults strip away your originality and your personality. It takes away who you are because you can't be better than the cult leader. You're there to glorify that cult leader. So if you have a talent that the cult leader doesn't have and that causes you to shine and get just a little bit more attention than the cult leader, you got to get rid of it or suppress it. So everybody's, you know, talking the same. They all looking the same. Every time I see them, none of the dudes have on shirts. They just walking around in them two little shorts. You know, because Nature Boy is bisexual, so he was looking at that either way. Like, you don't see them doing anything productive. None of them go out and go to work. This is what cults do. Brain rot.
First people she spoke to out of the group was Solar.
When I first met Zoe, it was actually way back in crazy. Like a couple months after I had came. And I remember all the men were talking about wives, and everybody was talking about wives at this time.
Yeah, she signed all the way for
I got mine. I found one.
STD.
And she disappeared. She disappeared for months. She resurfaced again on Instagram. Her internet presence came back. And I began messaging like, yo, where'd you go? You fell off the knowledge. What happened? Then she went live with Chief. And Chief actually had gave her an astrology reading live.
Exactly, Redemption.
And showed how much masculine energy, how much of a warrior spirit she really had because of certain placements.
Zoka was 100% sure this time she'd be leaving for Panama, and nobody was going to talk her out of it. She set her date to leave for November 2nd. On October 28, 2019, just 5 days before Zoka was set to arrive, something happened behind the scenes within Carbonation, and Nature Boy kicked one of the members out of the group.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around the house and you can tell me who left. Let me see if y'all can tell me who left.
Look at them doing nothing.
Let me see who y'all guessed. Yeah, everybody got it. Y'all got it. It's Sonny. Sonny had the dipset.
Sonny was a very quiet person, so initially, like right off rip, Chief didn't like her because she was so quiet. But you know, it went downhill for her. Long story short, it went downhill for her when she didn't jump into the water. It was downhill for her after that, so she automatically had like a target on her. He asked Tice, if I kicked you and Sonny out, would you stay with Sonny? He was like, nah, hell no, I ain't staying with her. Nah, fuck that. And I was like, damn, like, why wouldn't you stay with the woman that you impregnated that has your child? Like, that don't make no sense. And he was just saying that shit because of Chief.
She basically had to go because of the action she did since she was here. Like, some shit happened. It was just like, yeah. We're not just playing. Yeah, right, exactly. I'm not even about to get into that. But basically, another strike, pretty much. Obviously, I miss her. Obviously, there was a baby involved. Obviously, I have feelings and shit like that. But
It was widely known that Zoka was joining Carbonation as Solar's direct. He was waiting at the airport along with a few other Carbonation members when she landed.
So when I first came, they picked me up. We went to the house. It was like late at night. We had a long drive. I remember feeling the frequency shift of coming into Babaji's field and coming through the nature and seeing him come downstairs. We all got out there. I was lined up. You know, like, oh, like I'm really here.
Soca! There you go. Hey. Yeah. Yes, I. Soca. Hey, it's good. How you? Everybody say hi.
Hi. I'm so not like a good guy.
You can feel the vibes? Everybody saying Soca here. Say something, everybody.
Hi, Peace Reflections. It's lit. We all here together. Family is frequency. So I'm so pleased to be here.
When Zoka came in, I was like, damn, I didn't know she was that bad.
Another picture. Hey, yo, y'all niggas is so stupid, no cat.
Soka had an energy about her that would be beneficial to me. Her energy, when it came in, I immediately seen her shift the tension.
For her glass, they said, give me a refill. They saying all kind of stupid shit. I do want that.
I have to utilize this energy. The universe sent this to me.
After a few hours of meeting and greeting, Nature Boy had already made up his mind. Zoka was going to be the next chiefess, the queen of Carbonation, and Solar would just have to deal with it.
This is my wife. I'm taking Zoka.
She was like, we need a meeting. So we went upstairs into the creative art space, and she was like, Zoka's too powerful for Solar. I don't think you guys should be together.
Zoka is powerful beyond measure. Zoka's more powerful than Velvet. Y'all shouldn't be together, man. I'm telling you, you should be right here in Velvet's position.
Solar was completely against the idea. This would now be the second time he'd had a woman taken away from him by Nature Boy. The first was Efru just 9 months prior, but this one felt different.
This is the first time I caught myself ever arguing with Babaji.
Nature Boy claimed the reason he wanted to make Zoka chiefess was to curb some of the attention Velvet was taking away from Carbonation. He claimed Zoka had the quote-unquote it factor that he needed at this particular time.
Everybody loves Zoka. When she got on camera, everybody stopped. Every now and then you need someone that got that it factor. Our girl could be pretty, but she ain't got that it factor. Zoka has the it factor.
Although Solar still disagreed,
you can't make this up.
Nature Boy made it clear it was going to happen regardless.
I said, listen,
wow.
Zoka is your queen, my nigga. And I meant that as she's going to be the queen of Carbonation.
And just like that, with minimal effort, Solar would lose Zoka to Nature Boy.
Wow. I was up all night. I believed and I felt like she was mine.
Zoka would make wife number 5, but amongst the other women, she was at the top of the totem pole, for her being a new chiefess.
It was very different, but it felt like me. It didn't feel like it was uncomfortable.
When she was in chiefess position, I had to literally kill her in my mind.
Zoka coming in as my wife really calmed everything down. And then Velvet came back.
She went back. Wait a minute.
She was studying. She went to sleep studying. Woke up.
Now, explain to me how. Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning on here. This is episode 22. It just went straight from 21 to 22. Explain to me how a grown man let another grown man take this woman from him. You can't make this up. Yeah, this guy, he's actually bisexual. You can't make this up. He's sitting here with 5 women that are not his legal wives. They're not married. Taking other women from the other men in the cult. All because he wants, this is the control the cult leader has. They don't want the cult members. They don't care about the cult members. You think Nature Boy cares about the cult members? He doesn't give a crap about them. And the fact that any one of them would say something along the lines of, yeah, I'm going to kick out a pregnant woman that's pregnant with my child just to please the cult leader goes to show the brain rot here. This is why when you see a cult, you call it out. It doesn't matter who the cult leader is. I don't care if it's Umar, Nature Boy, or Candace Owens. A cult is a cult. The only difference right here is that all of these cult members are in that house. This is insanity. And what would have been the consequence if the guy would have fought a little harder for the woman? He said he talking about crying and all this other stuff. What was the real consequence if he would have fought and said, no, you're not taking her. You better get somebody else. Or we'll just leave. And then they leave the cult. What's the true consequence? Social media, they could put the phone down. They still could have left and went on about their business and been happy. It would not have been the first time a couple would have left with their child. This coward let Nature Boy clown him and taking someone from him. He's sitting around talking about he was crying. As opposed to just saying no. Nothing that Nature Boy could have done about that. Even if he would have tried to have like a fist fight or something. Let's avoid all of that. We'll just leave. I'll take her. We'll just go. That's it. You're not going to force her to be with you. And you got 4 other women. You can't make this stuff up.
Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and Carbonation.
When she got on camera, everybody stopped. Every now and then you meet someone that got that it factor. Our girl could be pretty, but she ain't got that it factor. Zoka has the it factor.
Although Solar still disagreed, Nature Boy made it clear it was going to happen regardless.
I said, listen.
I would have left.
Zoka is your queen, my nigga. And I meant that as she's going to be the queen of Carbonation.
And just like that, with minimal effort, Solar would lose Zoka to Nature Boy.
I damn near cried. I was up all night. I believed it. I felt like she was mine.
Zoka would make wife number 5, but amongst the other women, she was at the top of the totem pole, or her being a new chiefess.
It was very different, but it felt like me. It didn't feel like it was uncomfortable.
When she was in chiefess position, I had to literally kill her in my mind.
Zoka coming in as my wife really calmed everything down. And then Vel became.
He just took the woman. He took the woman. And he about to say she came back. Oh, fuck's sake. You came back to fuck. She went back to the cult.
So, my question is, what would you be doing different from what Nana did as chiefess?
Oh my God.
Just dealing through my emotions in a more tactful way and not letting it rule me.
I only ask for one thing, and that's what?
Loyalty.
All I need is what?
Loyalty.
I don't ask for nothing else more than that. You give me loyalty over the knowledge any day.
The fact that Nature Boy expected loyalty from others was ironic.
Ironic. They leaving their kids behind.
Have been taken away from one of his most loyal followers. But then again, according to Nature Boy, the men of Carbonation were just his servants, and all the women belonged to him anyway.
The dudes around me, like, they serve me, like, they service me, like, they serve me, like, these are my disciples, you feel me? They work for me, you know what I mean? Like, so they kneel to give me my stuff, that's a fact. I am the alpha here, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. All the women here belong to me, all of them. I'm being honest with you. I'm your higher self, you feel what I'm saying? So, when a woman come here, she's trying to grow. She's trying to get in tune with the knowledge. And the best way to get in tune with the knowledge is to have sex with me. Because that's going to get you right in tune through the microRNAs. And when you have sex with me, you're getting all the way plugged. You're getting direct contact. You're going to become me way quicker. You feel me? So it's just becoming one with the knowledge.
He has this sick desire to be the alpha, or what he considers to be an alpha in his mind, but is completely unaware that when you create that type of atmosphere amongst your people, you're creating resentment amongst your own community.
I love myself. I just want to tell you, good move with Zoga. I've been screaming it since day one. That's chiefess. She gonna make moves. Good move.
Hey, Team Zoga.
Team Zoga all day.
Team Carbonation. Peace of the gods on earth, you feel me? There she go. Sleeping Beauty has awoken. They've been talking about
oh my God, Redemption, you on point. Redemption said, funky STDs, no real income or goals, drama, and crappy living conditions. Where do I sign up? Yeah. Do y'all see what's happening here? This man literally took a woman from the other cult member Why are the men there? Is my question. Aside from having like 2 or 3 as bodyguards, this is not a cult where you want men in unless you're bisexual. And I'm not trying to harp on this. I'm just saying, why else would they be there? None of them were working. None of them are providing any money to the cult. They're all just kind of sitting around. 2 or 3 of them were sitting on their butts on the floor. They're not doing anything useful. So why are they there? Why have a cult where you're allowing men to come in and you don't want them to even have a woman? So they're supposed to be by themselves to just kind of please and satisfy him? Y'all, this cult is so stupid. Carbon Nation is the dumbest cult next to Candace Owens' cult. Can't make this up. There's no reason to have these men here. They can't even have a girlfriend. They can't have a relationship. And none of these people are married, by the way. All they're doing is spreading around diseases to each other. You cannot make this up. And then why sit here? And it's funny how Young Pharaoh is the one that's making sense out of this. Young Pharaoh. Another one who's now in jail. Is he still in jail? No different than Umar and Nature Boy and Polite. But he's the one that's making sense out of Nature Boy. Between him and Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh has the most. You would think Young Pharaoh had a good heart listening to him in this video. And I want to say that at the very least, he was calling out the nonsense. And I didn't see Young Pharaoh say or do anything along these lines of what Nature Boy was doing during this time. So he was calling out Nature Boy. He was keeping his foot on his neck. Had Young Pharaoh not gone to jail and did all the dumb things he did, he would probably have a lot more credibility. But during this time, think about this. It's sad where the more mature, level-headed individual between Young Pharaoh and Nature Boy and Polite and Umar is Young Pharaoh. Boy, this stuff this is so crazy. Makes no sense, but this is how cults are, y'all. They're just dumb and stupid.
She been studying. She went to sleep studying.
Homeless
woke up studying. Just going hard. She focused. You can't judge. You can't judge anybody. You can't even judge them by their gender. Because most women is men. Right. Most men is women. Yeah, psychos. You don't know who's a god, who's a devil, who's a demon. It's all mixed up out here, man.
You literally use the knowledge as an excuse to do what it is that you're doing. You have sex demons, my nigga. That's why every single woman that you drop there only want to come there for you and you. And if the women don't want to be there to fuck you, you finesse them and manipulate them into thinking that they want to fuck you.
Although Zoka wasn't used to this type of attention, and definitely didn't expect to be thrusted into the position of chiefess, her time spent playing the role, even though it was less than a month, went surprisingly smooth. But in the very beginning, there was blatant jealousy coming from the other wives.
So you were jealous of how she's being treated. She just come in, and you've been riding with me for this long, and she's in a leader position automatically.
That's true.
Aya, what about you?
Yeah, I felt a little jealous, but then I thought about it. I was like, I went back to when I first came, and I got the treatment that you did. So I was like, that's foolish of me to do that to you because I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want you to be like have the same bad experiences that I had.
How about you? What you feel, Pluto?
So I did have those feelings like jealousy, and I was like, dang, she had attention. And I was thinking of the time when I got it, and I was like, damn, like I should have really appreciated when I did get it.
What about you, Malia?
In relationships, I let people be them. I let people express their energy.
In relationships? This is your relationship. What are you talking about?
Let me stop saying it out like it's not our relationship.
Yeah, but that's how you talking.
I'm thinking not about this. I'm thinking about this, but I'm like, my mind.
Then why are you putting this with that and that and this? That's crazy. That don't even make no sense, yo.
In this relationship, I feel that you like you're good, you're happy. Like I don't want to intrude.
Malia had only been with Carbon Nation for about a month and a half, before Zoka joined and became chiefess. In that short amount of time, she had already gotten on the bad side of Nature Boy a few times, mainly for not being able to retain the knowledge.
With our insulators. You don't know what a fucking insulator is? The bottom of your feet, right? I gotta think about this. You don't know what an insulator is?
Think about it.
Don't study Maria. I'm sorry. What is the kingdom of God?
The Christ consciousness. The one.
What is the Christ consciousness?
What is it?
Why did you come here?
Why?
Yeah, why did you come here?
Because she wants attention just like you do.
No, get back.
He asking a cult member, why did you come here? Obviously to get your attention. She's another one who's a mother and left her child behind. Melia left her child behind too to go to a cult. It's ridiculous. She left, I think she at least had one kid. I don't know if she had two. Anybody know how many kids Melia had? Let me know. I know she had one. I can't remember if it was two. But she left her kid behind to go join this cult. And he's asking her, why did you come here? It's a cult. They're treating it like a fashion trend. And then you're pulling in the dumbest of the dumbest. And whatever his so-called teaching is, it's irrelevant. He doesn't practice what he preaches either way. He don't even take care of his own kids. You can't make this up.
Right. Now don't run from no shit. Because this is the shit I'm talking about. Right. Why did you come here?
Nature Boy had gotten so annoyed with her that he dropped her as his wife for a few days while debating if he should send her home or not.
Is Malia still my wife? Not right now. What is it to be married? Sound off.
When two or more things become one.
When two or more things become one. Exactly.
Ultimately, he decided to let her stay, and he took her back on as one of his wives. Knowing she had blown her chance at becoming chiefess must have been killing her inside. But yet she held herself together and praised the new chiefess when Nature Boy asked her if she thought Zoka was fit to lead.
You think Zoka don't got what it takes to be your leader?
I express that to her all the time. She do have what it takes. And that's
why are you whispering?
And that's why I feel that it's like and I told her I don't feel like it may be jealousy, but I told her I love how she thinks, I love her mind.
This is how he treated her. When he felt that there was some level of weakness that he could prey on, all of them were weak. He preyed on people who just were weak, had low self-esteem, no confidence. You know, the same people any other cult leader pulling in. They don't think for themselves. And I have to reiterate this because this is not the only cult that we talked about in the LLC. This is the same thing with Candace Owens, her cult, with Umar and the Umar Tardians, the Candy Asses and Candace Owens cult. They have to be at a point where they're beyond gullible and willing to believe whatever is said by the cult leader. His teachings aren't teachings. It's just what he wants. He's not telling them anything any differently about a marriage that you can't learn in the United States from a dictionary. But this is what they think. They think he's saying something so profound. That's always been the definition of marriage. Two people become one in a union. Except here in the U.S., it's a legal union. He's not married to any of these girls. He's just using this code to be a polygamist, to have multiple women at the same time. And none of these people believe STDs are real. He didn't even want to get HIV tested. Like this is how dangerous this stuff was. And these people leave the cult and they go back out into the world and they get with regular people and don't even take the time to go to a doctor. It's so disgusting. He preyed on this girl's weakness and her stupidity was just beyond. It's beyond. It's going to get irritating, so just buckle up.
About everything, and that's just something I want in myself.
As had been the same issue with some of the other women that joined, Nature Boy's online critics began spreading rumors about Zoka. The rumor that gained the most traction was them saying she was only 15 years old.
Y'all need to be making shit up. This shit is live and in your face and it's still demonic. Only a demon demonizes everything.
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Y'all happy?
All right, y'all ready?
She's 15.
Cover up the information. It says it's June. No, it's April 2nd, 1998. Right here.
What if that was fake?
April 2nd, 1998. 21-year-old today and 21-year-old when I was 21.
What if it was fake? I mean, who says that's for real? She looked 15.
You got to add 10 years. You got to add 10 years to it, like damn near to a 21-year-old's mind and consciousness.
15.
I'm not talking about experience as far as being in Babylon. But when it comes to just knowledge itself, we was different. You know what I mean? Like, so this is different whole age. You can't even judge anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only thing is experience with them. When they're young like that, they don't got no experience.
Putting the age difference to the side, the people still were confused and had questions for both Zoka and Nature Boy.
They said, I remember Zoka saying that, Solar and Zoka was supposed to be directs.
Nah, bro.
But it wasn't wired.
Nah, bro.
That's all about them.
That shit was up in the air. You know what I'm saying? We try to let the woman wait because when you meeting people online, it's different than when you meet you come here in person. And she didn't want to get passed around, so she had to.
No, she was going to be with the other guy, and he just took her because she was pretty. It might be 15. How do we know that passport is authentic? If someone's saying she's 15, you can't make this up. If that girl is 15, this is why he in jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years. Oh my God.
Play around with this shit. Like, ain't nothing wrong with Solar. It's just like she want to go straight to the source. Put it like that. She just exactly. Why play around and just outgrow? She gonna outgrow you. She gonna wind up coming anyway. So she like why play around with that shit? You know what I'm saying?
The other dude might need to be happy that Nature Boy took it because I mean, if she's 15, Nature Boy the only one that has sex with her like that. And that's what I'm saying, Manny. How do we know that passport? How do we know that's her passport? She covered up the photo. I couldn't see anything else. I couldn't see anything on that passport, but she was covering up the photo. And he was talking about, cover up the expiration date. Don't nobody care about no expiration date. If anything, that's one piece of, information on your passport that is not necessarily revealing any personal identifiable information. Your photo would before an expiration date. He wanted her to cover up the expiration date, and cover up the photo, the image. But then just reading off a random date of birth. How do we know that was her passport? This girl probably was 15. Because he's a liar, and I don't have a reason to believe Nature Boy or a cult leader in general. She probably is more than likely she's 15. 15.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, cool.
She just made a G decision. She made like a big girl decision. That's all. She just made. That's why she acts like that. Because the reason why she can't carbonation is because she made a big girl decision. And she made a big girl decision when she got here, and I'm proud of her.
Peace reflection. So now that you're there,
oh my God.
Have you hung out with Solar at all? Do you like him? I mean, in person?
I came here first to be a student, right? So I came here to be a student because I know I want the knowledge. So me going through it, meeting everyone, talking, communicating, I saw that I wanted to go to my higher self because I know that he will make me reach my zenith. I will be the greatest God being with him rather than Solar.
Gotcha. So it's safe to say that you are a wife to Chief.
I am.
I gotta explain to y'all. I'll be saying my wife real quick to talk to y'all on that level, but all of my disciples that are my directs are engaged to be my wife. To become my wife is to become one with Chief. And we can clearly say that there's no woman actually that's one with Chief here. So there's no really anybody that's my wife. I have directs. A direct means we're directly connected, meaning I'm connecting to them directly through sex.
Just days after Nature Boy thrown Zoka the Queen of Carbonation, he was back online once again stressing over Eliana. Despite what he had recently done to Solar, he claimed to stand on morals and principles and portrayed himself as a victim the entire live stream.
I'm heavy on morals and principles, so like for me, like I'm always a person that's looking at the principles of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So my feelings are attached to like the principles of the whole thing, like the morals of the whole thing. I feel the pain of the dishonor, the things that's happened to me, the backstabbing. I mean, y'all watched it. I can't believe this shit is real. And so what you feeling for me is like,
what the hell?
I wouldn't call it sad. You know, sad is in there because it's sad. It's sad when someone you spent 3 years with and have a baby with act like they never knew you and then talk shit about you and leave and act like they never loved you. You know, like I take responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? Like for what I've done, but all negative, you might not think, but I do love, you know what I'm saying, Eliana, and I do love my daughter.
Carbonation's online following had already been used to the drama that always seemed to find its way into the group, mainly because of Velvet's issues regarding polygamy. But now that she'd been gone for months, and he now had a new chiefess, a lot of people were surprised that he was still stressing over her, especially now that he was able to have as many wives as he wanted, minus the headaches.
You know what? People ain't stupid. They know what the going on. They motherfuckers ain't stupid. They just trying to get at me. Them bitches know what's going on with motherfucking old Mac and Velvet. They niggas know what the fuck. Black people ain't stupid. We some of the smartest people on this planet. African American people are the smartest people on this planet. Most talented, brilliant people on this planet. My people hate on me because they want to see if I'm the real deal.
You can't make this up.
My people gonna put me through that test, nigga. Like, oh, so you chief, you the Messiah, huh? Let's see how you deal with Omac grabbing your baby moms and grabbing your baby. You notice how they go to her room and they come back to mine and look and see how I react? Huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm a chief.
That's what I'm saying. Why is he?
I don't understand. What the thing I'm having a problem with, Chief, is because, you know, we all want to get back to the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And you've been on a little rampage since Velvet has left, you know?
Hold up.
He is not teaching anybody anything. He literally just showed a whole video of them out on the beach, and all he's doing is bragging. Who's got the baby here? Who's baby? I see a baby.
Grabbing your baby moms and grabbing your...
Look at that baby. He's sitting out here filming them all over the beach, and they halfway naked. And yet they sitting here talking about, well, we need to get back to the knowledge. The knowledge of what? He was never teaching anything. What? Help me out. What knowledge was he sharing with people again? They didn't believe that STDs were even real. So what knowledge was he sharing and imparting? You at least had some coats that acknowledged STDs. They didn't want people walking around with STDs. What knowledge?
Baby, you notice how they go to her room and they come back to mine and look and see.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? And you've been on a little rampage since Velvet has left, you know?
Hold up.
Oh my God.
Everything you see me do is within the knowledge. Everything you see that I'm going through is the struggle with a black man and a black woman. This is a lesson for you to learn right now. If you can't find a lesson, then stop watching.
No, you took somebody that's 15 from another dude. And now you want to have an attitude because you're mad that Velvet left the group with your daughter when you don't even care about your two sons. And we haven't even... Can anyone tell me what happened to the girl from the Wafflegate that was pregnant with his baby in the beginning of this stupid cult? That girl was kicked out of the house, out of the cult, because she had to eat a waffle while he was in jail. And he's calling and bugging, and she's like, there's nothing I can do. I can't come and get you out until the court releases you all out. So in the meantime, I need to eat something. I'm pregnant, and I got to eat something. He kicked her out the house as soon as he got out. How dare you eat while I'm in prison? You supposed to be down with me and blah, blah, blah. This girl pregnant. Y'all see, he don't care about kids. He don't care about nobody and their kids or nothing. He didn't even care about his own. He had 2 boys before he even started this stupid cult, this demonic evil cult. He had 2 little boys, and he was not taking care of them. And then had the audacity to say the youngest little boy, who the mother shamefully let go out to, I think it's Costa Rica at the time they were living in Mexico, wherever they were, and stay out there with them. And all he was doing was abusing the little boy all over live stream. Talking about how he let his son play with his private area, trying to explore. My son need to know what everything looked like. What do you mean? This is a baby. 2, 3-year-old toddler. And you're letting him touch on your private areas. You're letting him watch you put your mouth on someone's nipples while they're breastfeeding. You can't make this stuff up. He is so depraved. and disgusting. This is the stuff that Nature Boy was doing. This is what happens when you let cult leaders do what they want to do. What happened with the other girl that was pregnant? He just kicked her out. We haven't heard from her since then. He was pimping. Yep. He must have been made absent when the brains were given out. Yeah. Yes, other channel was taken down. Someone. Oh yeah, yeah. This is Manny. Yeah. Prostitute gullible women is all he is doing. Exactly. Just pimping them out. They looking like 2 Live Crew album cover. Her age would make sense to be so willing to go there. And then the thing is, if she's 15, she's a minor where she came from. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, her parents would have the right to have her brought back. Y'all remember the beginning where the girl from Canada, it was a white girl from Canada that went to the cult. And her parents started looking for her because she told them she was going out on a mission trip. I don't remember what country, but she was going out on a mission trip. And she ended up going to the cult. She lied to them, went to the cult. I want to say they were in Costa or they were in Mexico. I can't remember. But the white girl from Canada, parents reported her missing. It went on the news, and Nature Boy didn't have any other choice but to send her back. And then he said, "What do I look like, a black man out here in another country? You know, with this white girl in my coat, and her parents looking for her. It's all over the news." He hurried up and sent her back. But Velvet wants to leave. She's got family that's taking care of her and helping her. And all of a sudden, you know, I can't believe she's letting her father hold him. This is her father. That's the baby's grandfather. But the white girl from Canada, he hurried up and sent her back to the airport. He got rid of her because he didn't want that attention. Nature Boy is a coward any other time. He didn't even he didn't even think he was going to jail. He's in there for the rest of his life plus 10 years. But this is how cult leaders are. They're cowards. I'm still trying to absorb the idea that this girl could be 15 years old. And it's like no one is even interested in that. No one is even challenging this passport. Why can't she just show the photo? What is going on with this? The expiration date is a moot point. It's irrelevant. We really need to see the photo and the date of birth to make sure we're talking about the same person here. She could have been holding up anyone else's passport. This girl could possibly be 15 years old. And you're talking about spitting knowledge and all this other crap. And you're possibly holding a minor there. This is how dangerous these cults are. And that girl would have never showed up again and went home and would have came up missing. Then what? At 15 years old. Nature Boy would have us with his son watching. Exactly. She was in Canada. Yeah, she went back to Canada. Slavery is best. Absolutely. A 15-year-old in this cult, y'all. These cult leaders don't care about nobody but themselves and their desires.
Are you gonna let me finish?
What's up?
Okay, so what makes Zoka so much precious than the other women that's sitting there before you that's been there longer than she was? She's only been there, 3 days?
Because Zoka hot time, that's why.
You're not gonna let me finish?
Nah, you're not finishing. No, we're not gonna talk about it. If you don't get it, get with it.
Regardless of having Zoka as his new chiefess, she wasn't Velvet, and Nature Boy was determined to get Velvet back by any means necessary. In fact, he was so determined that within a week of Zoka arriving, he recorded a song for Velvet and posted it on IG.
And in my heart, I know I feel the same way. And with my heart, I know that I feel the same way.
A few weeks after Nature Boy posted the song, Velvet and Omek decided to separate. Velvet would later claim their chemistry was off, and she would also cite sexual reasons for their split.
I was like, this is not gonna work. Like, I don't think you're the one for me. And he's like, I understand. I know that this is happening. So after I told him exactly how I felt after everything was said and done, I cut all ties.
Nature Boy would talk to Velvet just a few days after her and Omek split up.
I got a chance to get some closure today. Me and Nana, we talked. And I got some closure today, yo. Dig. There's some things that I figured out about myself that I was like, I already knew, but I didn't understand it to this clarity. You see what I'm saying? So we talked like for hours, just hours and hours and hours. We talked. We talked for a long time, man. We got closure. You feel what I'm saying? It was cool. It was good.
Closure to what?
But in the conversation, and it ended, you know what I'm saying? I really felt like, damn, I took away something from that. But what I learned about myself is like, yo, I got mommy issues. Yeah, I said it. This is a vulnerable download.
With all the drama surrounding carbonation, especially between Nature Boy and Velvet, the fact that Joy had left the group in mid-June of 2019, just a few weeks prior to Nature Boy's arrest in Nicaragua, was something I forgot to mention. She had gotten into a fight with Nubian, but claimed the fight wasn't the reason for her leaving.
I feel like I had more working on myself. I feel like I didn't understand the knowledge as I would have liked to. I feel really self-defeated. Like anytime I would think about the knowledge, or I feel like I didn't understand something completely, versus answering the question to get clarity, I felt insecure. I started feeling like I didn't belong there because I wasn't fully understanding everything to the capacity that I thought I should. And then, it was like.
She left while she was 6 months pregnant and came back 2 months later. By the time she returned, Velvet had already left and the group had already moved to Panama. The following month, in early September, Joy went into labor. Once she got to the hospital, it took nearly 2 hours for her to get any help.
Yeah, I was sitting on the bench for like an hour and a half, and I kept asking like what was going on, and they just kept saying no English, and then they would just walk away. But after I like was able to translate, he was like, okay, he'll let me. Like I was the first person there, and then he pretty much allowed like 10 other women to go in front of me, even though I was 6 centimeters dilated.
What the hell?
Despite the not so pleasant hospital experience in Panama, she gave birth to a healthy baby girl she would name Nubia.
The baby's here. So Mama Joy and the baby is all right. Everybody's good. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. Right now, they're not even letting me see. They're not even letting me see her though. Like they won't even let me go back there.
What?
For whatever reason. No reason. They won't let me go back and see her. They're trying to say that I have to wait until tomorrow at either 7 or 12 noon. So right now we're playing the waiting game.
Oh man, no.
I
would not work in America.
I just got off the phone with Joy. And I'm trying to call her right now.
Peña de Altos Maria. They were coming from Alto Maria. Supposedly they were coming without brakes. They came in this way because they were trying to dodge over there, thinking this area was flatter. But it was worse here because it was downhill. We stopped in the kitchen and suddenly the first thing we heard was boom. The guy shouted where the Chinese guy was. They yelled, there was a bomb. For sure the gas tank of Mrs. Ayola exploded. When the car crashed over there and knocked down the neighbor's wall. They signed that they would all pay for the damages and all that.
Just shy of 2 weeks before Velvet rejoining the group, Nubian, Joy, Solar, and baby Nubia headed out to the grocery store. On the way there, they were involved in a nearly fatal car accident. Luckily for them, nobody suffered any serious injuries and didn't require going to the hospital.
So we were driving down the mountain.
What the hell?
And it was raining. I'm not thinking nothing. You know what I mean? And it's literally like I'm thinking about it. It's funny because we was talking about it as we were driving.
It started pouring. Like, it's raining. We talking about, like, what if the brakes were to go out on the car? He's like, I know what to do. I thought about this a million times. You know, I took courses on what to do. Like, if the brakes went out on the car. So it started pouring down, raining, and then the brakes go out.
As soon as they went out, I was like, I'm coming on the brakes.
This guy right here, Musa here, he's another one. He left a fiance and 2 kids behind to join this cult. And he just had a baby with this girl. He has 2 children already. And he had a fiance. He had a home, a family, a job, a fiance, 2 kids. He left all of that behind to go to this cult just to procreate with another woman and still, I guess, have some construct of a family. But he left his family to do this. This cult was nothing more than for people to just get away from real life and escape real life. He left 2 children and a fiance behind. It's just deplorable.
And they're not working. And we're getting ready to hit a curve. I would not. We was going so fast, I wouldn't have been able to hit the curve. The spaceship probably would have flipped. And it was divine because there was literally a straightaway for me to go on. You know what I'm saying? Like going off the ground. So I'm thinking that was like flat. I'm thinking like, yo, if I go straight, this will be flat and the spaceship will slow down. So I'm going and the spaceship is not stopping. I mean, it's not. We're picking up speed and everything.
It's like the spaceship is going super fast.
Pretty much, I just realized at the moment, like, bro, I'm gonna have to crash the spaceship. In order for us to survive, I have to crash the spaceship. You dig what I'm saying? So what I did was I basically turned into like a little gutter. I started hitting stuff on the road. Like I started hitting trees, like little trees, like little maybe like banana trees and a little fence. And I was able to slow the spaceship down enough to crash right before we went off a cliff. It was like we were probably like 20 yards from a full cliff. You dig what I'm saying? A full cliff.
It wasn't like a little small, like 5 foot cliff.
It was like a full. It would have been finito.
Although people online have been calling the U.S. Embassy and other enforcement agencies, up until now, Nature Boy hadn't been contacted by police, and the neighbors had no idea a cult was in their area. But after the accident, carbonation was on the radar of local officials and the residents.
Well, up until now, I wasn't aware of what was happening. I wasn't aware of the residents in the area. They have never made a report or filed a complaint regarding the cult. Again, I repeat, I hadn't heard anything, none of that. And sometimes when there are things like that in a house, the neighbors speak up. They say something.
Get this cult out of our neighborhood. You can't make this up. This girl went
Nature Boy and Velvet had been secretly talking behind the scenes for a few weeks. They had come to a mutual understanding that they both were at fault for the drama and controversy that had been plaguing carbonation for some time now. Velvet agreed she would come back if Nature Boy changed his ways and became monogamous.
The stipulation for Nana to come back. You know what I'm saying? She ain't want no woman in my motherfucking face. Feel me? She want every woman to have what she has. So we sat down and we formulated so everybody could be happy.
On November 27th, he hopped on a flight and headed to New Orleans.
How long y'all think that's gonna last again for the third time? Fourth time? This would have been the fourth time she left. It came back under the pretense that he's going to be monogamous when he created this cult to be polygamous. Man, when I say brain rot is real here, real. You're taking this kid and you're going back out here after being gone for a couple months. Oh my God.
To meet up with Velvet and the baby. The following day, they flew back to Panama. Before Nature Boy left for New Orleans, he called a meeting with the group. And just like clockwork, he once again passed his wives to other members. Nature Boy had recently stated that Zoka made the decision to become chieftess because she didn't want to get passed around. But here it was a month later, and he was passing her off to Solar. To Solar, it didn't matter what Zoka had done when she arrived. He was just happy to get her back.
When Velvet came, and the women went back to their husbands, I was accepting that with full open arms. Come here.
Unlike Solar, Caliber had his reservations when it came to getting back with Pluto, aka Ephraim.
At first, I rejected the offer because I just got out of like whole state depression.
But at the end of the day, Caliber would again take her as his wife without too much pushback. Aya would be given back to Tron, and Ra, aka Zion, will be single for the moment. Her direct, whose carbonation name was Agave, will be coming to Panama within the next few days. He'd be leaving his wife and kids after being urged to do so by Nature Boy.
At first, he was like, you can come first and then have your woman come after you.
He left his own wife and kids behind. These men are leaving their families. Musa did the same thing. He left his fiance and 2 children to go to this cult. This man is going to leave his wife and 2 kids. Let's not talk about the mothers. All of them deadbeats. The men and the women here. They're all deadbeats, leaving their kids behind. That lady left 4 kids. You can't make this
he
up.
Was going to put me with Rob. Put me in a relationship with Rob.
Oh my God.
So when we got off the phone and my woman wasn't around, he texted me and he was like, hey, I'm going to put you with Rob. You need to leave your woman and get with Rob. And I was like, okay, because I was like in the mind state that like I'm carbonation and shit like that. So I was like, I got to do what carbonation do.
Velvet's first time on camera since rejoining carbonation was on the evening of her first day back. Although it was widely known that most of the members disliked her, all of them praised her for her return. It was obvious they were only complimenting her because they knew that's what Nature Boy expected them to do.
As soon as she came back, it was like, it felt like we filled like a void.
This is crazy.
Like the particle that we were missing. Like everything feels right now, and I can tell like she learned and grew a lot. I see a lot of maturity, and I'm just excited for the future. Her now being here is like super dope because I'm able to see myself in her.
Yeah, they all lying like hell. This is what you do in a cult. You got to have a hive mentality. Y'all see this brainwashing, right? It's hive mentality. They can't even say how they truly feel because that would be dissent. This is a cult.
And see her growth and ready for her evolution to become the greatest chiefess there is. It made me see her strength, her true strength, for her coming back, and just her whole journey and how it happened. I feel very proud.
I feel good. I feel happy. I see how her decisions and her evolution has affected Chief. And Chief's happy, right? And I feel like we're complete. I feel like we're solid, we're growing, and we're going in the direction that we back on track. That's how I feel. We back on track.
Cult nonsense.
She's a key component into this machine, this vehicle running, and this is a blessing.
It's the best decision that she could have ever made in her life. So I'm glad that she was able to come back to a balanced state within herself and then come back. And then we see that she accepts, like as soon as she gets back, then everything started going back the way that it's supposed to be. So it's the best decision.
Yeah, I'm so happy. The coat chief, this coat lady came on back. Because it's so super dope, and we just here for a good time, y'all. We not for real. We're not serious. There's no 15-year-old here. All right, we come in and we hang out and we do nothing. None of us have jobs. We crashing vans into homes and stuff. It's just super dope. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Can't make this shit up.
I'm glad Nana's back because she represents quality over quantity. Who she is with Nana, there's no amount of women that can bring that energy out of him and that sense of completeness.
I'm so glad Nana's back and baby Eliana's back. Everything, like, this is exactly where you belong. Yeah, you feel it as soon as you came back. So I'm so happy. I'm very happy that Nana's back. I don't have the words for it. It's just.
That's what they got the word.
I'm glad Nana's back. I always said that Chief and Nana were like something and it's just not right. Missing one of them at all. Now that they're both together, it's like now we can move forward.
Right now I feel.
Oh, the saltiness from this lady here.
This is exactly where you belong, and we feel it as soon as you came back. So little baby. I'm so happy. I'm very happy that Nana's there. I don't have the words for it. It's just.
I don't have the words for it. Of course she doesn't. She is seething, boy. You can't make this stuff up.
She's back.
She's back.
I'm glad Nana's back. I always said that Chief and Nana were like sun and the moon, and it's just not right missing one of them at all.
Oh my God.
Together, it's like now we can move forward.
Right now I feel. It's just blissful. It's blissful to feel. Because at one state, my family felt like it was almost destroyed. Like, I'm a woman. I have a husband, I have a daughter, and that's a dream for me to have a family and to be a mother and to be a wife. So when I had that, and then it almost felt destroyed, I was like, I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to respond to that because the last thing that I wanted in my life was to be a single mother. Like that was the last thing.
This Velvet chick has no idea what she wanted to do either. None. I mean, it's like she got off on this almost. I'm getting the sense that she enjoyed this back and forth banter. The worst part is that she had a daughter. And she pulled her child into this. And this baby deserved better. All this back and forth, in and out this stupid coat. And you dragging kids in and out of this. I mean, all these people here who gave birth to deadbeat parents. How do you only care about the baby you have in a cult? But you got 2 or 3 other kids out there in the United States of America still. Just because you want to call it Babylon doesn't mean that these kids aren't real. So those kids are somehow a hindrance to you when these babies that they're having inside this cult could have easily been the same kids that they had in Babylon. It doesn't even matter. You can replace these kids they're having in the cult with the kids that they had in Babylon, and it would be the same thing. They don't even treat these kids special to where if you swapped out the children, they wouldn't show any preferential treatment. They would still abandon the baby. One lady abandoned 4 kids. and didn't even want to sign over legal documents.
And for my child not to have her father.
Velvet's stay in Panama will be short-lived. Carbonation was already under a full investigation by Panamanian authorities. But after an outburst by one of the members, the police will raid the house on December 4th.
A search warrant was executed to locate equipment at a residence where the group was staying, aiming to find devices to determine, logically, the outcome of the investigation. Information related to any sexual offenses involving a child or child abuse.
Nature Boy, along with a few other members, will be taken into custody. And
God.
ultimately, they will all be forced to leave the country.
Y'all, that's the end of episode 22. I told y'all I was going to get good. I couldn't even remember everything that happened in this episode. So when I say some of this stuff was truly shocking, because I couldn't even remember fully what occurred. There are over 45 episodes in this series. We're halfway through. And it gets worse when it comes to Georgia. It gets worse. So you thought this was something. They literally crashed a minivan into a house. You can't make this up. Oh, toxic relationship. Timu freak off. Y'all, this is something else. Francisca said it's a bit like they're picking their words carefully as to not offend their leader. Exactly. Because, how dare you offend and dissent from the cult leader. But that's what happens in these cults. You guys are seeing this in real time. Where they're having to pretend like they're so happy about this girl coming back. When she doesn't even care about the family she's leaving behind. Her father, her stepmother, her siblings. She don't care about none of those people. And I know the father had to be disappointed yet again. Because he's like, oh. He had his granddaughter. He had his daughter back. He at least knew they were somewhere protected in a good environment. He worked hard to try to get her out of this cult and to rescue her out of this. And when she finally go home, she's only there for a couple months and then it takes her behind right back out there. Thinking things are going to be different when it's not. It's so crazy. Redemption said, I'm sorry, that type of dialectal behavior regarding the kids meant that she was a shit person to begin with. Exactly. In and out this cult with this baby. She didn't have to bring that child back. Because didn't Nature Boy say you had to leave your kids behind if they were attachments? In a bad way or good way or whatever. Attachment is attachment. Didn't he tell all the other cult members that you can't bring your kids here because they will be attachments to you, to Babylon? What makes his child an exception when he didn't even care about the first two? I mean, this is how they were. They didn't care about these kids. He used his daughter to try to manipulate and hold power over Velvet. But yet, she also decided to go back and forth with this baby as well. So it's like she's got some responsibility, in this. You going back to this abusive man that threw you across the room when you were pregnant with the same little girl he talking about he missed so much. But everybody else got to leave their kids behind. Everybody else's kids are attachments and they don't need them. You got to leave them. Oh, okay. Well, why you not telling her that? But if it's his kid, oh no, you need to come back home with me and with you and my daughter. And you come back home. The hypocrisy in the cult leader, where they're lying, being deceptive and misleading, is so crazy. No, it's not a minivan; it's a spaceship. Oh yeah, that's right. They crashed the spaceship. It's diabolical. I get you. Oh my God. I'm still here. I've been listening. Oh, honey. It's fine. Let me tell you something. They all deadbeat parents leaving kids behind, but then they come to this cult to have more babies that they know they don't want. They can't afford them. None of them are working. I don't know why he has men in the cult other than the fact that, he probably enjoys looking at them just as much as the women. And you can see how he treats the women because, he's hiding his true nature. All right, y'all. That's all we got. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. These episodes are going to get crazier and crazier. But this series is a good series. And I just, like I said, want you all to see what these cults are about. This will happen to be one of these type of sexual-based cults. But a cult is a cult. And they're all bad. And, it's deplorable. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll have the next 2 episodes in the next live episodes 23 and 24, and just keep going from there. And tomorrow we'll be going live, checking out the debunking video from TPUSA. I really wish Erica Kirk would just respond through an attorney with a lawsuit, but I've been saying that. Either way, we'll be tuning in to see what they got to say and what goes on with that. And tonight I'm gonna do another live with Nick Fuentes, just repeatedly destroying Candace Owens. It's like he's been saying the same thing for months that we're all saying. Some things I've been saying, but I get why people, it's hard to take him seriously because all the other stuff he says is like the racist, but he keeping his foot on Candace Owens' neck, and we here for that. So, yep. I'm gonna play some videos of him snapping off. And we're just gonna laugh and have a good time with it. Because it's pretty much at this point all you can do is laugh at Candace Owens. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button and tune into the next one. And until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces. Y'all have a